Wagwan squad. So it's Christmas time and very few things say Jamaican Christmas like sorrel. Stick around and I will show you the traditional way how to make this delicious refreshing drink as well as my top 3 favorite sorrel recipes. This one was really fun to make because I went to bush to get most of the ingredients myself, so everything was crazy fresh. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's get Feed and Teach to 30k by the end of the year. I want to jump right in, but first let's talk about the ingredients. Sorrel, or if you're outside of the Caribbean you might know this as roselle, is related to okra and hibiscus. Most of the plant is edible, including the leaves and seeds, but Jamaicans mostly use the red fleshy bits of the fruit, mainly for beverages. Concentrates, cordials, chutneys and jams are made from sorrel, but they are not as popular. These are fresh sorrel that I picked myself, rich in vitamin A and C, as well as antioxidants. Red sorrel typically has flowers ranging from white to pink, with bits of yellow and a red spot in the center. When fresh, these have a really sour tangy taste, so these are a great substitute for fruits such as cranberries. They have a similar nutritional and taste profile. Though really popular during the holiday season, you can get sorrel fresh year round, especially if you plant these yourself. We also have the option of dried sorrel. These are sun dried, so they keep for longer. Drying sorrel makes it more potent, so less goes further. This package even has a recipe which I'm just going to ignore. Time for my favorite variety. This is white sorrel or green roselle. These are mostly green, but some varieties are almost completely white. The taste is slightly different, a bit lighter, but still it's unmistakable that this is sorrel. Sorrel is big in Jamaica, but there are still many locals who have never seen or tried this variety. It's a lot less popular. These have white to soft yellow flowers with a yellow center. The seed pods are usually very green. If you can't get fresh or dried sorrel, you might be able to get sorrel extract. This one has ginger and a couple other ingredients included. This works well if you want to add sorrel flavor to cocktails or maybe baked goods. This also has a recipe which I will also ignore. Ginger, essential in sorrel. I got these myself. Ginger has a nice pungent kick that complements sorrel really well. These are from the same plant, but one is more mature. The more mature one will be spicier and more pungent, and the less mature one will give us lighter ginger flavors. So I'm going to have to be strategic with using them. Pimento or allspice. These give sorrel a ton of complex flavors. This always adds a wow factor, especially if you're steeping or drying the sorrel. Fresh lime, which I also got myself. Lime really lighten up the drink, making it more refreshing. Cinnamon. My sister recommended using cinnamon sticks in sorrel. I have never tried it, but this should be really good. Fresh ginger leaves. These make a delicious tea, but I'm using them here to layer that ginger flavor. They don't have that spice or kick of ginger roots, but they are really fragrant. You might have been wondering what the hell this is. They look really attractive. These are ginger flowers. I've never seen so much at once. Extremely light, fragrant ginger smell, almost like a perfume, and the juices taste the same way. It's very different from the leaves or roots, so I'm going to use this to layer in some ginger flavor. Alright, everything is almost ready. Soon time to get into it. Before we can use the sorrel, we have to process them first by removing the seed pods. Make a circular incision at the base of the sorrel. Then make a small cut at the side to remove the seed pod. Some sorrel might have tiny hairs like this one that will really irritate your skin, so you have to be careful. Use a gloves or something like that. Most people won't have these problems though, unless you're a producer of sorrel. When you buy them, they are already processed. The red sorrel are the same procedure. These have seed pods that are red and green. This can take up a crazy amount of time, but I really enjoy this. So the first drink we are going to make is the traditional sorrel. I'm using about 2 to 3 inches of grated ginger. This is the very mature one. You want this to have a little kick. Two cinnamon sticks, pimento, maybe a tablespoon. I'm just eyeballing everything. Whole ginger stalk with leaves and everything. That's about 1.5 liters of water. Bay leaf and cloves are really popular ingredients if you want to try that, but I'm satisfied with these flavors. This goes on high heat to come to a hard boil. I'm going to steep. Jamaicans call it draw, the dried sorrel. You could do this with fresh sorrel as well, but dried sorrel pound for pound will be more potent. The flavor is also very different. If you're drying sorrel, try and get it dried. These smell slightly fermented. I'm going to have to wash these first. Sorrel isn't usually washed before drying. Work quickly though, because it will immediately start to leach its flavor. The flavor of these ginger blossoms are really delicate, so I don't want to boil them. I'm excited to find out how this will taste. That's been boiling for a few minutes. I'm going to give it another 5. You know it's ready when the fragrance hits you in the face. Next, just pour over the boiling liquid over the sorrel. It's the same process if this was fresh. And that's how you draw sorrel. Ensure you use heat resistant containers though. Next, wrap this up. Foil is probably ideal. I'm going to let this cool, then place it in the fridge. Next up is white sorrel. Blending is my favorite way to handle fresh sorrel. That's about 2 cups white sorrel and about 1 inch of that less mature ginger. A few dried pimento berries, a splash of freshly squeezed lime juice, and 3 cups water. Next, blend on high for about a minute. Use a very fine strainer to strain this, or cheesecloth. Could also sweeten this with sugar, but to really layer those ginger flavors, I'm adding 3/4 cups light ginger syrup. This is actually really easy to make. Use 2 cups sugar and 1 cup water and an inch of thinly sliced ginger. You could add a bit of honey so it doesn't crystallize later. Reduce that on medium heat until it reaches syrup consistency. Syrup is easier to mix while still adding additional flavor. Taste could use a bit more. Good. Next I'm going to get this into the fridge to chill. Next up is red sorrel, which I'm also going to be blending. Got a lot of fresh ingredients when I go bush and coconut was one of them. That's my big brother. Rice and peas, boy. Using coconut water to blend sorrel is one of the most delicious, refreshing things. Add the coconut water and a splash of fresh lime juice, an inch of ginger, pimento. This one can take a lot more without getting overpowered. Blend it for about a minute. I'm also going to sweeten this with my light ginger syrup. And set that to chill. While that's chilling, I can garnish my glasses. I just use some of the fresh ingredients I got to make these look attractive. I'm also going to chill these before pouring, so that's a service tip for you. First up is the white sorrel. I made each drink slightly sweet, so when I add ice it evens out. Next is the drawn sorrel. That smells so damn good. I did this in one day, but a lot of people actually let their sorrel ferment over weeks in preparation for the holidays. I'm just going to strain off the liquid. I like to make sorrel that's really rich, so when I add ice later it evens out. Don't discard the solids though, just blend them with a bit of water so nothing is wasted. Next I'm going to sweeten with brown sugar. I really like brown sugar for this type of sorrel. That's perfect. Packs a really strong kick though. Next is the blended red sorrel. You can see that it's a lot lighter in color than the dried one. If I steeped fresh sorrel, it would still look lighter compared to the dry sorrel. And finally, this is one of my favorite sorrel drinks. I need about 2 cups of ice, about 3 tablespoons of that sorrel extract, 3/4 cup ginger syrup, Stone's ginger wine, just a splash, and a splash of Red Label wine. And I'll blend this for about a minute. Chilled glass. And that's probably the most delicious blended cocktail. I'm gonna start with this blended cocktail first because it's melting. That's so good. The alcohol is subtle, it's perfectly balanced, light, sweet and refreshing. Alright, this is the traditional sorrel. Rum, Stone's ginger wine and Red Label wine are popular in this drink, but today I'm having it virgin. And that's great. So much depth of flavor, slightly fermented taste, and the different layers of ginger flavors makes this so delicious and complex. And this is the blended red sorrel with coconut water. This is probably a healthier drink because I didn't cook all the nutrients away, and you can make this one in a pinch. Yup, that's so good. The coconut water took this to a whole other level. I can't even decide on a favorite, honestly. Alright, finally the white sorrel. This has been chilling the longest. That's really good. I can't decide which one I like the most. It seems the ginger blossom has been flavoring the drink while they were sitting. Ooh, that's so good. Shout out to the food bosses on Patreon. Thanks for the support, and check out my holiday playlist for all your Christmas recipes. Thanks for watching, squad, and I will see you in the next one.